not looking past this fight, but let's say you do get past Danny Garcia. The man in the division, even though he's not a world champion, people are saying that everybody's scared to fight him. People are ducking. He's the guy to beat, Errol Spence Jr. Should you get past Danny Garcia, do you want that fight? Are you willing to show the people that you are not one of the guys that is ducking Errol Spence?
So it's interesting, right? Look, I'm tired of being asked this fucking question, right? So
we gotta go outside and take a picture.
At the end of the day, he still does believe.
I'm sick.
Is he a great fighter? I truly see greatness in the young man, right? Has he been fully tested yet? No, but no one's going to give him the test, right? So the thing is, I'm willing to fight everybody, you know. But the way Floyd is talking about, you know, Thurman's ducking Spence, everyone's ducking Spence, you know, go 4 years ago, everyone ducked me. I was Errol Spence 4 years ago. I was the prospect of the year. I was every award that he's getting, I got. You know what I'm saying? So I know exactly what Errol Spence is going through. The thing is, if that's the best fight, if that's the mega fight, then let it be a mega fight. If that's a mega fight, I'm gonna be honest. This is only one career. I only have one way. I can only do my career one time.
Right.
You know what I mean? And yes, you should build it up.
Right.
Mayweather built up many fights.
Right.
You know what I mean? So from things coming out of his mouth like that, if anything, he should just keep talking about it because he's got a good fan base and following. Y'all can keep talking about it, and we can keep building this fight up, man. I have no problem fighting Errol Spence, but I want to face him.
You want to make the big money.
Stage.
You want the big check. So you could understand when promoters and fighters and managers pace the fighter, you know, and built big fights instead of like the general public. They want the boxing and shoot their load right away.
And then if we get through Errol Spence, then they're just gonna say that he wasn't ready too. You know what I mean? So there's no pro in that. I got mad respect for him. I know he's young. I know he's hungry. I know he's ready. My first fight on HBO, I called out Mayweather. Why? Because I was young, I was hungry, and I felt ready. You know what I mean? So I know everything that Errol Spence is going through right now. But, you know, did Floyd fight Manny Pacquiao when people said, Floyd, you should fight Manny Pacquiao? Did Floyd fight Sugar Shane Mosley when people felt like he should have fought Sugar Shane Mosley? No.
Do you think he's saying that
There you
just
have it, folks. SiriusXM, this50.com. Keith one-time Thurman.
Do you think Floyd's trying to get some back and forth going so he can build up for his 50th with the winner of this fight? Or is he only trolling?
I don't even know what he's doing, to be honest, man. I would love it. You know what I mean? I would love that fight. I've been waiting for that fight for many years. I put myself in position to get the fight, and then they politically took the position away from me by elevating him up to the super champion, which made it so that he was no longer obligated to any mandatories. And now I'm currently the WBA super champion of the world. So, you know, to me, the real purpose of holding the super champion, once when I studied the industry and understood politically what this belt and what that belt means, to me, the real purpose of having the super champ is to do things like this and have a unification bout. Because when a fighter has two belts, he's supposed to have two mandatories. Now that means that you don't really get to pick the fight that you want anymore, because now you're getting this mandatory thrown upon you from this federation, and you got this mandatory thrown on you from another federation, and then it's less for you to do what you want to do for your career. So by the WBA creating that super title that allowed Floyd to really only focus on one mandatory, which was the WBC, if he wants to take it or not, and it gave him way more room to move his career the way that he wanted to move it. And because he was able to do that, one thing that he was not presented with, one thing that nobody had to get in his face and ask him about was, how do you feel about Keith one-time Thurman, who is your #1 mandatory challenger in the WBA? You know, as soon as he fought Maidana and got that title, I'm the mandatory. He schedules a rematch, so there's no point in talking about it. He wins again. Now the question is, how do you feel about your mandatory? 6 months go by and they elevated him, and it wasn't a subject. You know what I'm saying? So I've been waited a long time for that fight. Floyd looks like he's out of the game. I may not ever get that fight. If he does want to come back, I'm willing to take that fight. And you know, I'm willing to fight the top dogs. And Floyd, with his legacy, that's something that I want to accomplish, is to be the first person to defeat a legend like Floyd Mayweather. You know, that way I can create my own legacy for myself overnight, boom, by getting rid of a legend in the sport of boxing, you know. But outside of that, man, having 2 titles is the starting point of creating my own legacy, with or without Floyd Mayweather. And I'm truly looking forward to that. So on my upbringing, I've always seen 2 paths for my legacy. One leads to Floyd Mayweather, and the other one is just Keith one-time Thurman being one-time Thurman and being at the top of the welterweight division for a long period of time, and thus being the man.